Oh man, we are on. Welcome to this webinar. Welcome to this live announcement. Maybe you're watching us on Facebook right now or my Instagram channel. In fact, that's how I'll start out.
Yeah.
All you guys are on social media. You've got to be following us. If you're not on social media, I don't know what you're doing. You got to be on social media. But if you're on social media, pull out your phones right now. If you're at a computer, you can do this on your computer if you're logged in. Go to your Instagram and search Luke Acree, which I'll spell my last name for you guys if you can't, spell it. It's Acre with an extra E. So Acree, Luke Acree. That's my handle on Instagram. I'm going to wait. I'm hoping I get a ton more followers, but I want you guys to follow us on my Instagram. Then you can follow us if you're not already following us on our Facebook page. You can follow us at ReminderMedia. All of our handles on Instagram and social media is at ReminderMedia. Follow us because not only do you get access, obviously, to live announcements like this, but we are constantly putting out, and I see Andrea nodding her head, who leads our social media team, is constantly putting out valuable content like coaching content, our interviews on Stay Paid. I'm going to have Josh actually share some of the free resources that you're going to get access to just for being, even if you're not a client, we put out a ton of free stuff that you get on social media, but especially our clients get access to so many free resources that I hope you take advantage of. But go ahead and Josh and share some of the free resources that we have.
So Luke and I are actually going to do this together. If you don't know who I am, my name is Josh Stike, VP of Marketing. Obviously, you know who Luke Acree is, president of ReminderMedia. But I just wanted to kind of, as people are jumping on, go over some of the free resources that we have available. A lot of what we're doing right here, this is free on our website, but you can also, if you're a client of ours, some of the stuff that we actually charge for on our website is free to use. So within the resources section of your account manager, you can find all of that. Ebooks is one of the things that we do on just general sales and marketing tactics and strategies. We not only try and give you the actual, Jesse just shot me a message. We're over 500 people.
Yeah, already.
On this webinar already.
And people joining.
We upped our webinar number just for this one. So it's good to see that we already hit that.
It's awesome.
But the ebooks that we have, this is just actionable advice that you guys can start applying in your business, not necessarily even related to our products, just related to sales and marketing in general. The printables are great resources. I don't know where you guys are at. Probably a lot of you might be in warm weather areas. Although you were just in Arizona.
I was in Phoenix, Arizona at this conference. And I leave 26-degree weather here in Philadelphia to get to Arizona. And when I landed in Arizona, like it was a little chilly. It's probably low 50s in Arizona. And you guys end up having 65-degree, 70-degree weather back home in Philadelphia. And I missed it.
Trying to escape
so it's like I thought I needed a coat out in Phoenix.
But if you're in a cold weather area like we are, Philadelphia, there's a little card there that has you can see a hand sanitizer thing clipped to it.
Yeah.
It says spread referrals, not germs. So it's just a fun way to stop in. Look, if you're trying to work with a local business, print these things out. Tape a piece of hand or a little hand sanitizer bottle to it. Walk in, introduce yourself. It's a great icebreaker. We have a lot of our clients taking advantage of that. And then our success guides are the other thing that are really kind of geared towards our product. So if you're looking at how to use your digital edition better, if you're looking for how to get a mailing list set up or rotate out your mailing list for American Lifestyle Magazine, that's what those success guides are. We also are publishing weekly blog content. So our writers here in-house, keyboard warriors, they're hammering out weekly blog content for you guys. As well
the real talent.
As well as Luke.
Shout out to Kevin.
Writing.
Kevin's an incredible writer. He takes my word vomit, as I would call it, my ideas that I feel in my heart, and somehow he makes it come out so eloquent. I'm just like, dang, I didn't know I was so eloquent, but Kevin does a phenomenal job.
Speaking of Kevin, he also helps produce our podcast. So if you haven't checked out the Stay Paid podcast, like I mentioned, this wall behind us, that's the wall you see in that screenshot. This is where we are interviewing industry leaders in every industry, really. You can see up here on the screen, we're super excited. We actually have an episode coming out with Tom Ferry. If you're in real estate.
Yeah, this episode was so good.
You know who Tom Ferry is.
It was so good.
Andy Dane Carter, Danny Morell. We've interviewed so many great people.
Dude, we interviewed Sean Carpenter. Guys, if you don't know Sean Carpenter's on the webinar, I saw him chat in. If you don't know Sean Carpenter, you got to go check out his interview.
He's got awesome. 4 H's. Go listen to his podcast. If you don't know how to listen to a podcast, 2 ways you can do it. You can go over to remindermedia.com/podcast, check out the videos there. If you use iTunes or Spotify, go into the podcast section of either of those and search for Stay Paid. Hit that subscribe button. Episodes are automatically downloaded to your phone or computer every single week. We're actually upping it to like 2 times a week sometimes.
Yeah, 2 times a week. Episodes. Take advantage of the free resources. Get on the podcast. Follow us on social media, but don't just follow us. Don't just be a looker. Get engaged with us. Start DMing. Everybody smiled when I said looker.
Monica says, just signed up for the podcast on Spotify. Thanks, Monica. We have a bunch of people saying, let's get to the point. All right?
Yeah.
Get to the content. They have a few minutes, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about what this new product is and what this new announcement is, I guess I should say.
Yes. Okay. So everybody who doesn't know Reminder Media, okay, so we've been in business for 16 years. Here's what we are committed to. We are committed to helping you close more deals and retain the business that you have. The people in your database, that is what's critical. We want to help you connect with those people. That's what we've been about. In fact, that's our mission statement. So the mission statement that we have for us, and I tell our team all the time, look, if water bottles are going to be the secret to helping financial advisors and real estate agents and insurance agents and business owners connect with their relationships that matter the most, we're going to figure out how to create the best water bottle and fill it with the best water from Tahiti. That's how passionate we are. The magazine is one of those tools that we use, as you guys know, but the real core of what we're trying to do is we're trying to help you generate deals. And our firm belief is that deals are generated by relationships. It is critical that everybody on this webinar knows that about us, because if you want to use our products and you want to have success with our products, that's why you're on this webinar. You want success with products that will help you generate ROI. The firm belief that we have is that relationships are what will generate the ROI for you and your business. What does that mean? You've got to get the people in your community to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And when you get that trifecta to come together, that's when people buy from you. And so our firm belief is what you see on the screen right here, which is relationships over transactions. If you don't believe this, I want to point you to some data. This is the data from the National Association of Realtors. So if you're a real estate agent, listen up. I could find this for every industry, whether you're financial advisors, insurance agents, but just looking at real estate agents, 54% of all the buying transactions that happened in 2018 came from a referral or a repeat business, which means it came from a relationship. 63%, everybody wants to be the listing agent because that's where you control the leads. 63% came from a referral or repeat business, which the better way to say that is came from a relationship. And so if you don't buy into, hey, relationships are where the majority of business comes from, I want to prove it and drive it home even more. Let's look at the money. You want to make $150,000 this year in commissions in real estate?
Yep.
Yes. Josh's like, absolutely, yes, that's what I do. So you want to make $150,000? Look at this graph right here on the screen. People who make $150,000 plus a year, if you look at the bottom axis, look at that. Almost 60% of their business comes from referrals. And what's crazier about this data is as you follow it down, there's a direct correlation. Look at that, direct correlation, I'm pointing to the screen, of your business and the money you make and the amount of that business that comes from referrals. Which, how do you get referrals? You get referrals by getting into a position of trust with people, getting people to know you, like you, and trust you, so they end up referring for you, end up actually using you again. The way you accomplish this is the majority of your marketing must focus on generating relationships and not going after strangers. In fact, go to the next slide, because I think a picture is worth 1,000 words. And apply this to your business. My goal is to help you get more business. Here's the biggest mistake businesses make, and I would write this down if I were you. They spend the majority of their time focused on the top of the bucket, where the majority of their deals actually come from keeping the water in the bucket, meaning they spend all their time at their real estate agent going after cold calling, going after FSBOs, going after expireds. Nothing wrong with this inherently. You got to fill the bucket a little bit. But what top producers know is that if you keep constantly dumping water into a bucket that has holes in it, and you don't focus on the relationships you have, and you're just focused on closing the transaction, when you stop dumping water into that bucket, when you stop putting leads into that bucket, what happens to the bucket? The bucket goes dry. The bucket goes dry. And what happens there is that's why you're so stressed. You're stressed all the time because you realize, man, if I'm not constantly just prospecting, my bucket goes empty, and you end up with an empty bucket the moment you stop cold calling. And that's not the life of freedom you want. And so what we've been focused on is really helping you plug the holes to that bucket, helping you really focus, hey, I'm going to focus the majority of my time, energy, and money where the deals actually come from, which is relationships. If you look at the pie chart on the screen, that's where the last 16 years has been. It's hard to believe it's been 16 years, but the 16 years that we focused on has been relationship marketing. How do you strengthen your relationships? How do you become someone of impact to the people in your database? And that's what this new product really is all about. It's really all about connecting the dots to helping you build more relationships. You guys have seen us do American Lifestyle Magazine. So you get to customize this, send it to your clients. You get to touch them every 2 months. The new product that we're going to roll out for you, and we need a drum roll for this, right? So go to the drum roll slide.
Go to the drum
Yeah,
roll
go
slide.
to the drum roll slide.
Hold on, before I go there, I got two things. One, Bo says, no more Monster Energy drinks for you today, Luke. KP Electric just said a question. We're going to be kind of doing questions as we go here, but he said, what percentage of Reminder Media is not real estate? Asking as an electrical company.
Oh, I love that. So, no, great question. Majority of our clients are real estate agents, but we actually work in 160 industries. So over the course of 16 years, we've worked in 160 different industries. The majority of clients that we have are in 3 different verticals: real estate, financial advisors, and insurance. But we work with a ton of mortgage professionals. We work with a ton of lawyers, accountants. We even have car dealers that use us. Interior designers are actually starting to sign up for this a ton. But what I would say to you as an electrical company, right, if you're a contracting company, if the majority of your business comes from relationships, like you get your business by word of mouth referral, that's where you grow your business. That's what this is about. It's creating the impact in the mind of your clients to get them to want to refer you. That's what really is going to make the difference for you in your business, because this is a touch point that's going to generate word of mouth. It's going to generate buzz. It's going to trigger reciprocity. It's a great question, though.
So we actually polled all of our clients a little bit ago, not maybe 8 to 9 months ago.
Yep.
You guys all took a poll. We had thousands of people respond in. We asked what you guys wanted to see next from Reminder Media. Some of the feedback that we got that we really paid attention to was saying that 51% of you are currently sharing local events on social media, and over 90%, I think it's actually 91 or rounds up to 91, are interested or very interested in a local content product offering. So that's so
that gives you a little bit of hint.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hint. But why, Luke? Why would someone want to share local content?
So here's what we know when you're working in the local community. We know that what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your brand in the mind of clients. I actually did a webinar just last week on farming, and I did a webinar on a farming product. And the question I asked everybody that I'll ask everybody here is, when I say electric cars, what do you think of? Go ahead and chat in. I'd love to see the answer real quick. Go ahead and chat in. When I say electric cars, who's the first thing that comes to your mind? And I already see it coming in.
While
Tesla.
I just want to say thank you, Kelly. Love seeing your cute faces, but could we see the slides a little larger?
Yeah.
So Jesse, I don't know if we can make the slides a little larger.
I like that she said we were cute. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. No, but look at this. So many people are saying Tesla. It's probably 99% of the people. Why is it that when I say electric cars, which is just a category of cars, you actually think of a company? And everybody who's listening to this knows it's branding. It's the power of branding. It's the power of building mind share. If I said searching, right? If you want to do an internet search, what are you going to immediately think of? You're going to think of Google, right? So what we know when it comes to being a community expert, we know that your goal is to get people to think of you constantly when it comes to the community, because you want to be the community advocate. As a real estate agent, as a local business, you want to be the person who understands that local business, who gets that mind share in the mind of the client, because 76% of the time, when people think of an industry, they'll choose the first, or they think of a pain point they have, they'll choose the first company that comes into their mind. So if you need to buy a car, the first car dealership you think of has a 76% chance to get your business. If you're a real estate agent listening to this, when I think of investing or buying a new investment property, you got to be number one in the minds of your clients. That's the key. That's why it's so key to become a local community expert. What that means is when people think about, hey, who knows this community better than anybody? They think of you because you're the local community expert. All right, finally, the drum roll slide. I was excited for this slide, but we need everybody at their desk around the United States. We have people all across the United States doing a little drum roll. I want to hear from the news stations that they heard a little bit of a roar out there. If you guys can't tell, I'm super excited.
We have our sound machine from
sound machine
also to help us out.
Here is the new product that we're going to be offering and this has been a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. We are introducing
Look,
our
Simone
first
says drum,
ever,
drum, drum.
Yes,
Help
drum,
it.
drum.
Thank you, Simone.
Our first ever digital bundle. So this digital bundle, the flagship that's going to drive it is our local content email, but you're also going to get social media shares in the digital edition that comes with your magazine. So it's a digital edition of your magazine, local content email marketing. So I want you to think about this. We're going to give you local events that you can send your clients. So I'm talking about the beer festival, the flea market. I'm talking about, you'll see some of this as Josh demos the product. It really is amazing. But not only are we going to give you this local content that you can send to your client database, this is not just local content that you go to Google and you get this list and we're plugging it into a database. We actually have human beings that are curating this, because if you remember the magazine, one of the value propositions there that we committed to is we committed to really three things. One is it's got to be the highest quality. It's got to be something that represents your brand that you would not be ashamed to send out. So we have local curators, we're calling them regional curators, that hand select the best events, that pick good pictures, that make sure the spelling's correct, so we're not just scraping it off of Google, some event. Second, it's got to be super turnkey. This is the best part for everybody, and Josh is going to get into the stats why, because we tested this, but it's got to be turnkey. You don't have a lot of time. And so the best part about this is we're going to give you a bi-weekly email. So every 2 weeks, you're going to get an email that can go out to your clients with the best local events. And you can literally set up your whole year of marketing for this thing in 5 minutes. And if you think about it this way, not only do you get the email, but if you add in the digital edition, that's 12 touch points. And then if you add in the magazine, which so many of you guys are using the magazine, that's another 6 touch points. You'll have 42 touch points done for you for your whole year of marketing to your database, literally in the course of 5 minutes. So you spend 5 minutes of your time and we do the rest and we send it out. But not only we send it out, we're then updating you so you know what's going out to your clients, so you can do what you do best, which is have the conversations, make the phone calls. And I'd be, remiss if I didn't point out the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, which what does the Millionaire Real Estate teach you? It teaches you got to have 33 touch points at least. I came from this conference I went to for financial advisors managing 700 million in assets.
Yep.
Anybody who's a financial advisor on the line knows that's a ton of money. He's managing 700 million. I think his commission is $6 million from that. How many of you guys want to make $6 million? He's managing 700 million, $6 million commission. You know how many touch points he has for his clients? He does 275 touch points a year. So we're part of those touch points. He uses us as well, but he does 275 touch points because what this guy knows is he knows he has to be in constant connection with his clients, because that frequency with relevant and valuable information will build that trust, as Tom Ferry teaches. And when you get into a position of trust as an advisor, as an agent, then people want to use you and keep using you. So we're rolling out a digital bundle with local content, where it's going to feature local events in your community, curated by a regional person to make sure it's the highest quality. And you can literally set this up in 5 minutes. It's super easy. I'm going to have Josh walk you through the product.
Yeah, this is going to take a little. I actually timed myself this morning setting up.
Walking through this?
And it was about 160
Do you need a little bit of Monster Energy drink?
So it was like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
Well, half the time of 5 minutes. But no, here's what it's going to look like whenever you first log into your account. You won't see this recent mailings on your account. Obviously, this is my account. So currently, there's 2 ways to activate your local content. The first one is going to be this giant green button, just activate recurrence. It's going to walk you through a couple steps that we're going to go through in a minute. The other one is this toggle switch right here that you can always, we provide this as a way to pause. So let's just say, I don't know, you're going on vacation, you don't want emails back, you don't want people responding to your calling to, because you wanted some time away and relax. You could pause it if you're moving markets and you need to get everything set up before switching over to the new market. You could pause it for whatever reason. You can turn it on and turn it off as you go. But all you'll do is hit activate recurrence, which if you're a user of Digital Edition, you're already very familiar with this screen, this walkthrough right here. But the first thing you'll do is you'll select your recipients. So if you are using digital and you have a list of email recipients set up, this is actually great because if you don't have people in your local area, let's say you serve multiple markets or you work in Georgia, but also work with snowbirds in Florida, and you want to take them out because you don't want people in Florida getting Georgia content, this is where you could actually set up a separate group just for your local content. A little bit of teaser where we are looking to go with this, because we're going to talk about sort of the future in this webinar as well. We want to give you the most relevant piece of content at the right time to the right people to the right medium. So our goal with this is eventually to get your recipients actually based on the content that's being served. So it'll be based off of your recipient's location, not yours. Phase one of this, because if you've been with ReminderMedia for any amount of time, you know we love piling new features on for no extra cost. We want to continuously improve the product. That's all stuff that we'll be working on in the future. After setting up your recipients, you'll hit next, where you'll see your mailing options. Couple things to pay attention to here: your reply to address. So this is going to be the email whenever somebody replies to your local content emails that will come back to. The from name will be your name as well. You can personalize your subject. It's going to default automatically with your name, presents your local events, followed by the most popular, the headline event for that email. And then you could even enter a personal message here within the body. I know the Philly has a food fest coming up, so I'm going to type in, hope to see you at the food fest this month, right? So that's just a cool way that you can kind of personalize your email with anything that you want to say in there as well. Once you hit next, that's going to drop you into the preview. So right here is what your email will look like. It'll come from you. It'll have your subject right there. Again, everything, we're ReminderMedia, so everything's going to be branded to you. This is Greater Philadelphia events for the dates of January 16th to the 29th, brought to you by me, Josh Dyke. Top event right here, Grace Potter. The secret sauce in this really is how we are calculating, both through algorithms and then also by hand curation, the best events in your area. So look at any other local event provider, right? You're having to type in the zip code to see the list of events. You're looking through thousands of events that might or might not be relevant to you. Some of them are private. You have to be a member to get to the event. Some of them you probably wouldn't want to share with your clients. You're never going to have any of that with our emails, because each one of these is touched by a person, actually 3 times. We have the curator, we have a QA process, and then internally we're looking at every single market and the final email that gets output from that to make sure that it's the best events. 2 types of events. Again, you can see your branding right here, your photo, your logo, your contact information. 2 types of events really that you're going to find. One's called can't miss events. This might be this example of Riverdance 25th anniversary show. These are big marquee events, high popularity, high expected attendance. And then you have local gems. These are things that are only happening in your area. So the really cool thing about this is no email from your market will be the only email like it, right? We have touring events and concerts and stuff, but then you have these local gems. Taste of Philly's food tour. I'm going to be going to that.
Look how good that looks.
I'm going to be going to that event. This is what it looks like to eat Philadelphia, everybody. But this is what Philadelphia's look like. Again, at the bottom of the email, it's going to have your contact information branded to you. Each email will populate with anywhere from 6 to 12 events based on how many fit our quality criteria in your area. And then that's going to cover 2 weeks worth of events. So usually it's going to be 6 weeks from the first week, 6 events from the first week, 6 events from the second week, and then your headline event, the most popular event at the top. So just to show you what that looks like, we'll hit finish here real quick. That's really how easy it was. Done.
Boom.
Now that took me
I need
5
like
minutes 'cause I was talking.
applause sound.
Just don't hit the glass.
Yeah, I won't hit the glass.
So I wanted to jump over. I actually have Luke's set up for LA to show you guys the difference between how the events look. So we go in here, edit recurrence. That's going to drop me into the same process. And then I can see the LA one, the Fit Expo is sitting there at the top as the most popular event. And again, if you're in the LA area, you might recognize some of these events, some of these locations.
What was that, yoga in the park up there?
Yeah, yoga in the park.
Yoga
Lunch
in the
a la
park.
park yoga retreat.
Nice.
I love the difference in California and Philly. We're like cheesecakes.
Yeah, we're cheesesteaks and they're yoga in the park.
But absolutely that easy to set up. Another thing, if you're familiar with Digital Edition, again, you can also see the analytics of all of your emails. So I can go in here for a couple emails back, click that open to look at my analytics. here's what you guys should be doing. If you're using the digital edition or you're going to use local content or you want to start using this digital marketing bundle with Reminder Media, this is where you need to be spending your time right here. Look at who's engaging with your emails. So often we hear things like, well, I only got 20% open rate, or I only got, 40% open rate, pretty good, but 20% open rate. Think about it. If you're sending to 1,000 people, even if you're sending to 500 people, that's 100 to 200 people that are seeing your message, your brand, your value that you're bringing them that had not seen it yesterday. So the power isn't necessarily in your clients opening and engaging with your email. The clients is you're omnipresent, you're there, you're top of mind. And then if you do go in here and start looking at your most engaged recipients, which Luke, you're actually
I'm Josh's most engaged recipient.
That's because we're state PayPal.
I don't know what to think about that.
This is your action item for the week. This is your to-do list. Reach out to these 5 people.
Correct. Send them a text message.
Send them a text message. Take the conversation a little bit further so that you're building that relationship.
Ask them what event they went to
in the beginning.
Yep. Hey, what was your favorite event that I sent you?
Well, the cool thing is the magazine. We've had so many testimonials from people who have planned their vacations based on locations that were featured in the magazine.
Yep.
We've had people throw dinner parties and make every recipe that they made was from the magazine. That is something special that you can share with your client, and that's where the relationships come in.
What's so powerful about this is that you're giving content to people. So you're giving high quality local events in the area. You don't have to do anything. And it's really not about pushing your business on them. It's not super salesy. It's more relationship driven. It's something that they will enjoy, that they'll engage with. And if you do it consistently, every other week they're getting this, once a month they're getting your digital, then every 2 months they're getting your magazine. You just build that mind share. So when they think real estate, they think you. Or they think electrical, contracting, they think you. Whatever industry that you're in, you're building that consistently. And I know, like Ricky Carruth, one of the things when we interviewed him on the podcast that he coaches his agents to do is a weekly email, where he's just sending out a weekly email. And he has said over the years of just building and dripping on people consistently, it just built the mind share. And he gets people from years ago that he's been sending the email to consistently. So that's the idea here, is building that mind share.
I have a couple people just saying that they wanted to see the screens a little bit larger. 2 things: we will be sending out a recording of this after the fact, so that should help you. Also on GoToWebinar, because we're sharing the webcam at the same time, there's actually going to be a slider there above the screens and below our camera. You can actually
adjust the screen size
to make
yourself.
our picture smaller and the screen larger. So I just wanted to jump in there with that because we're getting some people saying that.
So let's talk about the real benefits of this program. And what we're doing here is the biggest benefit is your time, is giving you super high quality content, giving you your time back, and causing the impact to still happen. You can literally, you just saw Josh set up his campaign, and it's going to do automatically for you every 2 weeks. It will set the subject lines for you. It will do everything for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Put yourself on the email list so you get it as well, to remind yourself, and so you can see what your clients are getting. That way you can have conversations with them. But literally in 5 minutes, you've set up 24 touch points for your clients that is super high quality, and it brands you as the community expert. Second is the curators, meaning the fact that we have, this was huge for us as we looked at local content. We've been asked this before. We've been at this for 16 years. How do you do more local? How do you do more local? The hardest part was doing local cost effectively, but at the same time making it quality. Quality was the hardest part, because yes, you can do local content, but then you have to charge outrageous fees down to the clients to be able to get access to it, because it's just so hard to keep the quality high. And so this has allowed us, now we have figured out how to do local events with high quality to make you look like $1 million, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg. So that's another one of the huge benefits. Again, you're connecting consistently. If you're doing digital edition, local content emails, and the magazine, it's 42 touch points. For your database, 42 touch points. If you do what we coach, which is call your clients at least once a quarter, you're up to 46 touch points right there, where you're talking to your clients 46 times a year, where you can then turn that in. And we see an average referral rate from the magazine of 38%. So if you're talking to your clients consistently and you're actually leveraging these tools properly, you're going to get referrals. If you send this to 50 people, the magazine, you're getting 19 referrals that you can then turn into new listings, turn into new business for you. That's the key, is that consistently connecting. And then obviously you're able to send your emails out and have conversations with your clients, which is the key.
We're getting a lot of questions about how to prevent emails from going into spam. This is something I'm going to touch on because I think it's super important. I mentioned the resources earlier. There's actually a guide within our resources that talks about how to keep your email list clean. I want to stress this because we have all of you, we have a lot of digital edition users on the line right now. And I know this is something that your marketing advisors talk with you, but the number one way to guarantee that your emails make it into a mailbox, into an inbox, is to make sure that your list is clean, meaning the email addresses you have in there are engaged people. They've told you that they want to reach out to you, or you've obtained their email from some other opt-in process, and avoid sending to your entire address book. So if you're exporting your list out of Gmail, avoid doing that, because a lot of times you're going to have people that might not have active emails. And a little bit of trick there is the ISPs, the people that are providing these email services, the Gmails, the Yahoos, the Comcast, they actually take those emails back after a while. And if they see somebody emailing them, they'll actually mark them and think that they're a spammer because they may have purchased a list or something like that. So read that guide, make sure that you're practicing best cleaning or database cleanliness for your email lists. It's super important, and I can't stress it enough. It is the number one way to make sure that your emails don't make it into your spam.
Your coach will help you. So if each of you are a different situation, have collected your email addresses different ways, we can give you strategies on how to collect email addresses. We can talk you through, each of you have a coach. We can talk you through kind of your email list to help you get the best return possible from that email list.
I'm going to break in real quick.
Oh yeah, please do.
I just got someone typed into the question box. We're going to talk about our beta group in a little bit, but this person says, Melissa says, I'm in the beta group. This touch point has been big for me already. Showed it during an open house and received two new prospective buyers just because they knew as my client they would get more info from me. Gave me a huge foot in the door.
That is unbelievable. That wasn't even planned, guys. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
Ali says, Coach, who is my coach? If you don't know who your coach is, I got 3 ways for you to reach out. You can hit us up on chat. So go into the website, ReminderMedia.com. There's a chat box there. They will get you to a coach 100%. You can email us at hello@ReminderMedia.com, or you can call us at 866-458-4226. They will get you to a coach right away. So if you don't know or you don't have their direct line, absolutely call in, chat in, email in. We will get you to somebody ASAP so that you know who your coach is, and they'll give you your direct line for future.
And your coach will walk you through, like all of our magazine clients, they'll teach you how to use it, how to use it for a listing presentation, how do you use it if you're going after FSBOs, how do you use it for your sphere and the follow-up calls. If you're not taking advantage of that, you need to, because if you're not doing the actions that produce the results, you're not going to get the referrals you want.
All right. So, Matthew says, how much to have Luke as your coach?
Oh, I love that. Matt, I think I know Matt. I know Matt personally.
Oh, you know Matt? Okay.
Yeah, Matt's a financial advisor here. So Matt, for you, $30,000 a day. But for everybody else,
all right. Autumn's asking the $1 million question. A lot of people asking the $1 million question. Before we get to the cost, we have one other thing just to kind of go over, and this is the potential. What does local content, what does that open up the door to? We've talked about email marketing.
Yep, and I'd share with you the webinar I did for farming. So reaching out to your farm, because at Reminder Media, obviously our goal is to generate you deals, and there's different parts of the funnel that you can reach out to people and help build that relationship. So there's people you don't know that you want to go after. That's the farming side. So your postcards, if you're doing farming, you can put local events on your postcards to reach out to them. It's something that you can do. If you then move them down the funnel, right, that's when you're going to hit them with the emails maybe, and you're doing the local content to them through email. And then after they purchase, or maybe they're a really good client. So not every advocate is going to be someone who purchases from you, right? So you want to make sure you are taking care of them at a different level, giving them an experience that really causes and rewards them. That's when you put them on American Lifestyle Magazine, your past clients, your advocates. You send them American Lifestyle. The thing with American Lifestyle is we can add your activities or your events that are going on in your community to like your back cover on an ad. But you have to be careful, because think American Lifestyle Magazine usually takes 4 weeks to deliver. So I just want to say this to everybody on that we want to make sure we don't put events on there that have passed by the time it hits mailboxes. So you need to give yourself some time, and we'll work with you guys one-on-one as you want to do this. And then last but definitely not least, think of your social media. And the power of social media is in the personal connection you can have with it. It's not bad to just post the events on your social media page, but you're just a news site at that point. Think about actually going to someone's personal page, sending them an event and going, Josh, you should check out the Food Fest, man. It's awesome. I'm going to be there.
I know
if
how
you
much
want to
you
go.
love Philly cheesesteaks.
I know how much you love to eat Philly cheesesteaks. That's the power of the content. It's because you made it personal. You used it in a connection. You texted it to somebody. You DM'd it to them on their social. You posted it on their wall. You know, definitely you can put it on your social media, but I just would encourage that second step, which is the personal connection. So that's the powerful potential of using local content to connect, non-salesy, and then helps you build that relationship.
So I mentioned we had a beta group for this product. Obviously, we wanted to test this thing out with some real users. So we sent out a limited invitation. I'll be honest with you, the way that we kind of agreed on who to invite were the people who were really active with their digital edition, had really good engagement, had really good list practices, like I mentioned, list management practices. And they've been sending this for about 5 to 6 weeks right now, and have had a lot of great success. So we've actually asked them some questions along the way and thought that the responses were good to share with you guys, because 60% of people said that they do not share local events with their clients and or prospects. So right there, huge opportunity. But it also means that 40%, almost half, are taking the time
doing it,
to handpick local events to send out to their list. We actually asked them then, why aren't you sending out local content? Some of our top comments: I didn't have the time to look into it or to keep it relevant. That is why I love this product. Speaking of the local content email, I gathered the info myself and it was very time consuming. Somebody else said too much work to pull together. And then somebody else said hadn't found one for my area that I could brand, meaning a local event email that they could actually brand. So that was what was exciting for them. We asked people, did this make it easier for you to connect with their clients and prospects? Because that's what it's all about. 85% said yes. Top comments there. I love this one. It is forcing me to do what I should be doing. I can't procrastinate any longer. It also allows me to spread out my contacts. I now have 4 weeks to spread out my calls instead of calling my entire group about one digital edition mailing. So that was someone from the digital edition.
That's awesome.
It's actually being proactive, making the follow-up phone calls, which is 100% what we recommend. And it allowed them to spread out their calls a little bit more evenly. And then somebody said, yes, it made it easier because I did not have time to think about it. So again, it's all about the time that this stuff takes. We talked in the beginning about how much time your marketing is taking you versus the return that you're getting on it. And if you can have the best of both worlds, most of our stuff takes 5 minutes to set up. Once the list is the hardest part. Once you get your list sorted out, 100%, it's very, very little amount of time. 90% said that it was very easy to set up local content. 80% said they were extremely pleased with the variety of events. So if anyone's I know we've had some questions in there about what are the events, what kind of variety is there. 80% said they're extremely pleased. 80% said that they feel this email has improved their community presence, which links back to the value of why you want to be a community expert. And then 85% said that it has saved them time compared to other email marketing that they used prior.
And you know, when it comes to the events, the key there is that it's not just one of the fears we had when really trying to pull this off was it just being concerts. Like, you know, it's easy to find the local concerts and stuff, or not even local concerts, just the major concerts that are happening and major events. The key was also finding the local gyms, as Josh referenced earlier. So the stuff like the flea markets, like that type of idea that's still popular because there's an algorithm working in the background to help sort out the popularity based upon engagement with the event and that type of idea. Still something that is really local. We also then have areas obviously selected in mile radiuses because, you know, someone like me in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, I'll be willing to go to a local event in Philly. So we have, you know, places throughout the United States mapped out that we select local events from, and obviously your coach will walk you through that when you get on the phone.
All right, Dan says I'm ready to sign up. What's the cost?
Okay, what's the cost? All right, guys, we're rolling this out to everyone at $79.99, so make it easy, $80 a month to send this out, and you can send this up to 1,000 people every month. And you get our local events and our digital edition. You already have access to our social shares. So if you think of the bundle, it's literally local events, digital edition. Before our clients, I told Josh that's not good enough.
Luke said that's not good enough.
So we'll do $80 for the world. So anybody who comes to us from the world, but for our clients being on this webinar as a thank you, cutting it in half to $49.99. It's not a bait and switch. We're not going to raise it up on you to $80 for $49.99 a month.
Locked in.
Yes, locked in. Pricing for life. You literally save $360 a year doing that, but I still didn't think that was good enough. And I really want to show my appreciation just for being clients of ours, making sure you guys know how much we value you. I want to give you a month free. If you're already, oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. I want to give you a month free. I want you to experience this. Yeah, I'm too excited. I want you to experience this. I want everybody on this webinar to try it. I can't believe Melissa's comment there. Like, I didn't even know about that. And that's amazing that she's already gotten deals from it. And it's only been like 5 or 6 weeks we've been sending this out. So it's incredible. I want all of you to try it, to enroll in it, get your first month free. If you are a digital edition user right now and you're curious, hey, I'm already paying $39.99 for the digital edition, we're going to give it to you. You just $10 more, but you'll still get the first month free. You get the digital edition with that, and you get the local content emails going out to your database. So that's 12 touch points with the digital edition. It's 24 touch points with the local email. And then you have the American Lifestyle Magazine, which is another 6 touch points on top of that. Super easy to claim the deal. If you want to walk them through, Josh, on the screen, kind of how they claim the deal.
So you can go to remindermedia.com/2020. It's a simple form. Type in your first name. I'll fill it out here real quick. For me, Joshua Stike, email address, phone number, 610-878-5000. If you're already sending the digital edition, make sure to check that box. That lets us know to get to you guys first so that we can get you for that $10 more. And then claim webinar deal, and that's it.
That's literally it. So go to that website.
So whether you're using digital edition, whether you're not using the digital edition yet, or whether you're even a client of Reminder Media or American Lifestyle Magazine, go to that link, remindermedia.com/2020, fill out that form, and our team will be reaching out to you shortly.
Yeah, it's super simple, and you get a month free. So get on there, you get a month free. We'll reach out to you because we want to work with you to make sure, obviously, you got the right email address, our right email list in there. You get the good results. You know how it works. You know how to select the events, all that stuff, and set up your email. Super, super easy. It's $79.99 is how we're going to roll this out to the world. So it's $80 a month. That alone is super cost effective. I know that because I've done my research and looked at the email marketing programs that are out there, looked at what they offer and the content that you're giving. And think about it. You're literally getting, for $80 a month, local curated events done by a human being that actually is high quality images, spelling, all that stuff is taken care of. I mentioned the spelling because that was a hard part of this, is making sure that the events and the data that we collected all actually made you look really good. You get a human being that actually works with it. $80 alone is a huge value, but we want to go above that for our clients. We want to make it super cost effective because we know that as you guys do this and as you get and build these strong relationships, you're gonna get the deals that come in from that, and that's going to become, you're going to become an advocate for us. You're going to refer us business, and that's how this beautiful thing works. It's all about relationships. It's all about creating raving fans. We want to create you guys as raving fans. We want you to experience it for yourself. So we want to open it up to some questions.
Yeah, we already got Douglas is saying done, can't wait. Jane, done, signed up. Emma,
awesome.
Done, call me. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, Start Healthy Magazine does count as a magazine client, Sean. Thank you for asking that question. Yes, if you are using digital, your first month will be free if you sign up. You have to take advantage of that deal during the webinar.
Yes.
Just reading through some of the questions here. Is there a contract time for the $50?
Is there a contract time for the 50? No, there's no contract with the digital bundle. So you can sign up and try it. If you're not getting results, obviously you can cancel. Before you cancel, the only thing I would ask is please talk to us. Because the last thing I want you to do, and you should do this for every marketing product you sign up for, is a tool is good, but a tool is only as good as the carpenter and the blueprint that you're following. And so I want to make sure that you guys are getting on the phone with your coach, with your marketing advisor, so they can look and go, hey, what are the strategies you're using with these products? And I referenced Sean Carpenter's Stay Paid podcast, and you think about the 4 H's and reaching out to people every single day is one of those things. And when you're reaching out to people, imagine, like, are you taking advantage and sending this to a text message? Are you sending a digital edition to somebody? Are you talking to somebody about an event? Like, these type of strategies that you need to implement in your business to make sure you're getting the return on investment, that's the key. No contract though, you can cancel at any point.
This is a super important question. We do have some people saying, do you cover all cities? Rudy, particularly in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So it's a great question because we have 100 markets that we are rolling out with. Now, what that means for us is 85% of our clients are within those 100 markets. So we wanted to capture as many as possible. Each market is going to have a different radius assigned to it. So if you're in the New York City area, you probably don't want a 30-mile radius because people aren't traveling outside of the city a lot of times to go to events. But if you're in a city that might not have as much happening within the town and you want to go outside of it, or you have people, I know that I live about 25 miles outside of Philadelphia. I would want to receive this information because I go to Philadelphia for events. So the Philadelphia radius, I think, is set at 30 miles. So each city has a different radius set to it. Even if you're slightly outside of that, your marketing advisor can still place you into that metro area. As well as if your area isn't available. Now, I know we were talking about your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother works in Forest, Virginia.
Yep.
His closest area is Lynchburg, so it's a little too far away from him. We are adding more markets, but make sure that you're signing up on a waiting list. You can actually sign up to be notified when your market is available. For anybody who takes advantage, go ahead and click that claim this deal, because we will honor that. I don't care if it takes us until next year to get your market. We are going to honor that free month. It won't take us till next year.
It won't take us till next year. I was like, what are you talking about? No, we have new markets coming online all the time.
But it'll help us prioritize which ones to open up next as we're hearing from you. So don't let the fact that we might not be in your market yet hold you back, or because you're in a smaller market, think that you can't claim the deal. Because
the majority of the clients are covered. The hardest part about getting markets online is the regional curators.
Yes.
It's making sure that, I hate to say it, but it's kind of easy to get data. It's really hard to get quality. That's the hardest part. Majority of our clients are covered. The majority of our client base is covered. If you're not covered, if you're one of those people, claim the deal. You'll be on the waiting list. We're bringing markets online every single day, moving at lightning speed, and to get every market across the United States online and get even more specific as we go. I can't wait. I don't want to share too much, but the potential of this product is unbelievable, because my whole belief is relevancy is the key to marketing. And so giving even local stuff that is specific to the client's likes and interests. So Josh is going to be interested in things maybe I'm not interested in, and vice versa. That's the power of where we're going, is to try to make it as personal and as relevant as possible to the person, and then tracking that engagement to give you talking points, to give you ability to reach out. So it's super exciting, kind of where we're going with it.
Question from, sorry if I butcher your name, Arintha. Just signed up for the webinar. There's a couple questions coming in for this. Just signed up for the webinar deal. Just to confirm, I am not being charged an additional $49 as a current digital client. I am being charged an additional $10. Am I right?
That is correct. But for the first month, you're not being charged anything. No one's being charged for the first month. It's free, but that is correct. If you're a digital edition user, it's literally $10 extra that you would be charged.
Ton of questions about specific markets. I can tell you a lot of what I'm seeing are actually Autumn. Lehigh Valley is covered. My account was actually set to Lehigh Valley before we changed over. I wish I could almost pull up all the different events to show you what the emails would look like for all the different markets, because there's so many. The best thing to do is fill out the form. Your marketing rep will contact you. They're going to tell you right away whether or not we're in your market or what the next closest market would be.
There shouldn't be a single person that's watching this, whether you're on live or here on the webinar, that shouldn't sign up to do the month free. So you can experience it too. Experience it. You're gonna love it. And I always tell people when they're thinking is put it in context too. You have to send something to your clients. What are you gonna send that is valuable, that is relevant to them, that creates impact, that's something that they enjoy and will reach out to you? And it's so hard. And I know, because I've gone through everything out there of the newsletters that are sent, the emails that are sent, and it's really, really hard to send stuff that your clients won't just throw away. That's something that's relevant to you, that doesn't take a ton of time. So I super encourage everybody, try it. If you're on this webinar, if you can hear this on Facebook Live, Instagram, try this, sign up and claim the free deal. We'll be in touch with you.
Another couple people are saying if they can try it out first and then decide. Try it out for the free deal and then decide to proceed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I know there's so many questions coming in, so if you want to scroll. So someone said, let's see. We should have
Oh,
made
that's
the
a great-
questions bigger,
that's a
or my
great-
eyesight is going. It's
I can
definitely not
see
the
it
year of
fine.
eyesight for 2020 for me.
Someone said that's a great photo of you, Luke.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Oh, someone is asking, I'm logged onto my account, but I cannot see local content. You do have to fill out that form. We will enable local
Yep.
content. Your rep will contact you and get you all set up. That's for this early adopters sort of process. Eventually, once this rolls out to everyone, it will be for more. So it's actually going to go up to $59.99 once we roll this out to everybody. So now's the time to get in because you are locked in at that $49.99, and you get what we're going to talk about a little bit later, but you get some extra features later this quarter.
Yeah. I want to point out, Mark said,
Yeah,
are you guys going to roll this into your CRM platform? So a lot of people don't know that in the account interface, you can keep notes on your contacts that you're sending the magazine to, or on the people you're sending the digital to. But in the works right now, yes, we are working to tie this in to CRM so you guys can really track effectively and start launching your tasks. So I just want to point out another teaser. I keep teasing people.
Yeah,
So,
you do. David and a few others are asking, can you tell us again how to sign up? So it's remindermedia.com.
Yeah, you want to show
Jesse,
them the.
Can you jump over to that other slide there?
Yeah, you want to show them the site again?
It is remindermedia.com/2020, 2020. So go there, and there'll be a form there. All you have to do is fill out the form, and then your marketing rep will contact you.
Yeah, so anybody who's wondering, hey, how do I talk to somebody more about this? Fill out that form because we're going to call you. We're going to reach out to you and make sure, obviously, all about it, and for you personally. Because so many of you guys, most of you are our clients right now. So it's a great call. If you haven't talked to us in a while, anyways, you should be talking to us because we can tell you who's on your American Lifestyle magazine list, when was the last time you reached out to them, all that good stuff.
Shelly is asking, do you use the current email list that the magazine is sent to, meaning the digital edition, or do we send you the emails to enter, or can they be exported?
So great question. So you can use the same list if you want to. We can take care of that for you. And you can also send us obviously more people if you want to add to it. So both basically is you can export your list down, or you can add more people and we can take care of that for you.
All right, so we've teased a little bit of.
We teased. We have something else that's super exciting, and it's more. It's kind of like QVC. It's more. You get more. This is my sickness. Yeah, this is my sickness talking right now. No, QVC is local to us, aren't they?
Yeah,
aren't they right up the road?
Yeah.
So there's more. So you guys know our social media shares program. So in your interface, if you're not using this, you should. You get access to tons of content. I mean, great content from recipes to lifestyle articles to real estate content. So there's tons of content that you can share, because one of the reasons we provided that, number one thing we're hearing is people don't use social media because they don't have something to share. And we wanted to make sure we give our clients something to share, especially because we want your brand online to match your brand offline. When you're sending the magazine and postcards and stuff, we want people to then go online and see something very similar from a brand perspective. And so you have access to our social media. What we've heard from clients, though, is they want the branding to really follow them all the way through with the articles and the content. And so we are now going to be introducing Social Media Shares Premium. This will be live. It's not live today. It will be live by the end of February. So you guys can get access to where you share a recipe, and Josh can walk you through, but you share a recipe and now your brand will be on that page they click to and go to. So right now, if they click on the recipe, they're going to the recipe page and it doesn't feature you. It will now feature you on that page. So whatever you share, it will feature you. So it's going to be awesome.
I mean, the number of posts that we already have, we've been playing in this. We've been kind of creating posts for a long time. And the number one thing that we hear from clients is, I love the social media content. I love the digital content, but how can I get featured on there? How can that be branded to me? There's ads sitting on that page. Well, with Social Media Shares Premium, all of the other advertisements are stripped off of that page, and it's just you presenting this content that, I mean, your clients are now going to think
that you produce it.
You produce. I mean, that's the cool thing about the magazine. What we hear so much is people saying, my clients actually think I make this and print it, and they ask me, where do I get the time to make this magazine? Now you've got, I don't want to say thousands. Jesse, is it thousands? 500s? Oh, 5,000.
Oh, 5,000.
We have over 5,000
500s.
digital posts in our library when you upgrade to Social Media Shares Premium, or not even upgrade. If you sign up for this deal on the webinar, you're going to get it day one.
You're going to kill me for this, but go back to the slide with the testimonial that I skipped over, but I want to read this testimonial of a client. This is a recipient that receives the magazine that I don't know if they posted this on our Facebook page or if it was on one of our ads. Sorry, guys, there it is. So Jillian, I guess, but goes, I received these magazines. They're talking about the magazines from my realtor after we purchased our home. Although we have tons of realtor friends, I'll probably have to use her again because I feel like I need to pay her back for all the magazines she sent to my house every month. Just an honest thought. The point being is that's to Josh what he's saying about people going, man, they think you created the magazine. It makes so much impact. People perceive it as a gift because of the quality. And now when you actually produce now digitally these recipes and these lifestyle contents and it's branded to you, it's going to be the same feeling. They're going to be so impressed. Wow, look at all this, what you produce, how much you value your clients. So it's just going to make that difference, and it's branded to you. Super easy. This will be included for everybody who claims the deal. We're not going to charge you any more for this. So if you claim the deal, which you get a month free for being a client, and just as a thank you, if you claim this and it's $49.99, if you continue on with it, right, you're going to get Social Media Premium, this shares program, for free. It's going to be included right into it just to make it even that much more powerful for you to use our digital bundle to help you build relationships and connect with your clients. So
Gina is saying, I love that. We had tons of our clients say, how do you have time to make these magazines? Love this. Yeah, just to clarify, I know we had a couple other questions. Yes, this will be added on at no additional cost. Let's say you're not using digital edition, but you love this idea of local content and you want to get started for it. Where does your email list come from? How are you getting this, or how are you building your database?
So fundamentals of database building, right, that I would coach you on and walk you through. So you got your friends and family that you want, and a lot of people fall down here with their friends and family because they make the mistake thinking, especially with their family, that their family, well, let's just use real estate as the example, that their family knows they're a real estate agent. And especially for you real estate agents out there, think about your people who live out of town. Like Steven, my brother, in his first year in the business, a couple of his deals came from referrals from my aunt and uncle who lived in, I think it's South Dakota or North Dakota, and he got referrals from that. So think about, your friends and family, add them to your database because they might think of you as Luke the nephew, not Luke the real estate agent. And so you want to add your friends and family. Second is you have a social sphere, right? So your social sphere is where you are consistently going every single day, or not even every day, maybe throughout your routines in your week. So for me, I go to Anytime Fitness pretty much every morning. And guess what? There's a trainer in that gym. His name's Steve. And I never talk to Steve. I never engage with him very much at all. But I've been going there for so many years now. I've invited Steve to church now. Meaning you just naturally start connecting with these people that you see every single day. So you think of your gym, you think of your place of worship, you think about the grocery store you go to. Every time you meet a cashier, that type of idea. You want to start your postman. Who's the person that delivers your mail? Do you know that person? I mean, they need somewhere to live if you're a real estate agent, right? Who's the person that takes away your trash? I mean, Megan, my wife, and I got a card in our trash can that said Trashman value tips or whatever around the holidays or something. If you want to give a tip, put it in a plastic bag. But the point being is that's a real human being. That's a connection for you that you can have. So there's a social routine that you want to go through. Then you have your current clients. Notice how I said current clients, meaning you might have sold a home to them 5 years ago. You might have invested money for them years ago, but a client is always a client. They're never a past client in the way you should treat them. You should always be in connection with them. So you want to add them to your list, and you want to constantly be in touch. Now, your communication to clients might be different depending on where they are in the sales funnel, right? Where they come in the sales funnel, but you want to treat them as a value client consistently. So those are the three main areas I would start for you. And then you can start building what I call is reaching out. After you've gotten that and you mastered that, then it's what we call anonymous. So I see the kind of the journey of a client from an anonymous state all the way to creating an advocate. And how do you get someone from being anonymous? They know nothing about you. You don't know them. They don't know you.
Becoming a raving fan.
Becoming an advocate for your business. And how do you walk them through that funnel? And so, then you can start there, which is farming. So imagine this, you send out one of our postcards. You take them to a landing page from that postcard. On that landing page, maybe you offered the 3 things you must know if you're a first-time home buyer. And they go to that landing page and they have to enter their email. We do this all the time with ebooks. They have to enter their email to get access to the 3 things you must know. You can't make these 3 mistakes if you're buying a home. And they have to enter their email, and also now you've gotten an email that you can now start dripping on. And not only obviously you send them that ebook or that thing that you've created for the 3 mistakes, and obviously you want to reach out to them, but then you get an email. So there's some creative ways that you can get emails from anonymous. If you're door knocking, I know there's a ton, and I think it's James Festini. I can't remember the episode number. Do you remember the episode number of James Festini?
78.
78, Ariel in the background.
No, I knew that.
You knew that, yes. See, they're the real talent behind the scenes. They really are. But go listen to his episode 78. This guy closes so many deals door knocking, but he gets email.
200 deals.
200 deals, is that what it was? I can't remember off the top of my head. But he closes so many deals door knocking.
30 a year.
And door knocking is not going to be for everybody, but just go listen to this. And you collect email addresses. Ricky Carruth, listen to his podcast. I think he teaches people to call, and you're just offering value, and you collect email addresses. Like if you can't get a deal, you're collecting email addresses to drip on them and offer value to them. So there's ways we can coach you to do that. We've tried to do local content for a really long time and try to figure out how to do it well. And so we have finally figured out, from algorithms that we have programmed to people that we actually have on staff. And what the key here is that each event in each area, each market that we've brought online gets curated, and we select local events by popularity, and then also stuff that's called local gems, because we didn't want it to just be concerts and stuff that the average client could easily find at a Google search. We wanted it to be, and maybe you can pull up your interface again? Yep. Where you can show your actual interface, like Philadelphia, but there's like a food fest in there. There's a flea market I think I saw in there when you were scrolling down. There was a play, there's a concert as well. And so it sorts by an algorithm, but it also gets hand curated by a regional person that selects based upon their knowledge. And we put this all together for you that you can send out, and it goes out every 2 weeks to your clients, brought to them by you, so it's branded to you. You get to then track the engagement and analytics. You can sort by the people who are engaging the most in it, and you get to then have conversations with them. So you get that as part of the digital bundle. You get the digital edition of the magazine. If you guys aren't familiar with the digital edition of American Lifestyle Magazine, you've got to check it out, because when people hear of a digital magazine, they think like a PDF, or they think like one of those flip things that you see on the internet. It is not that at all.
It's fully responsive. It works on any device. It can work on your phone. If your clients open this on their phone, it's going to be full screen, beautiful pictures, beautiful imagery. The text will be readable. It doesn't shrink it down. It actually responds to the size of the device that you're on.
And it's interactive from a video standpoint too. So in the magazine, you guys know you can write a personal letter to the individual you send it to. In the digital edition, you could put a video if you wanted to. I could literally take out my phone and go, hey guys, thinking about you today. Check out my digital edition. Hope you love it. There's a recipe on page 13 that you got to check out. And that video can go on where the inside letter would be if you wanted that. Looks like Josh is pulling it up. But there's the opening of the American Lifestyle Magazine. And we also bring stuff to life. So the recipe, right? We bring and we make a recipe video for your clients to actually watch. And we take articles in the magazine, and a lot of times we'll interview people to bring those articles to life. So we make it really interactive. It's branded to you. You can have an ad in the magazine. And then the cool part is you can track then again the analytics, who's engaging with it. And when you combine that, you have your local content that is doing 24 touch points a year for you. You then have your digital edition that goes out once a month. And an interesting story here of why we chose once a month. We actually rolled out digital edition every 2 months to match the magazine. But the problem that we saw was it was too much content. See, we're constantly testing and making sure what we're doing is working. Too much content for people to engage with from a digital perspective. We realized people wanted shorter content, less, and more frequent. So we ended up cutting it in half and going once a month. So you get 12 touch points from the digital edition. And then when you think of your magazine, there's 6 touch points there. So in all, you get 42 touch points. And if you sign up, what the digital bundle is for local content in the digital edition, it's $80. So we're rolling this out for $79.99 a month. You can send it up to 1,000 people. You can share it unlimited on social media, whether it's Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn. But what we're doing for our clients, just as a thank you, is we're reducing that to $49.99 and want it to go above and beyond. We're then giving a month away for free. So if you're a client and just want to try it and see what your clients think, try it. We're giving a month away for free. We know you're going to love it. And you get digital edition, local content. And on top of that, we are going to be rolling out social media shares premium, which you guys know you have social media shares in your account right now where you can send, what'd you say, 5,000 little bite-sized pieces of content in there?
500 articles.
Yeah, 500 articles.
That we made. So we make all of this stuff.
Yeah, we
in-house.
write it, we do it all, but you can share this on your social media. We're now changing that to where not only can you share it, but it's going to be branded to you.
Yep.
That's going to roll out at the end of February. So you guys will have that at the end of February, but you'll get that included for free if you claim this deal in the webinar. The deal is $49.99 a month to send out to 1,000 people. The first month is free, so you can experience it. You can share the stuff unlimited on social media. So long answer, but just wanted to reiterate that for the people who might have joined in late, haven't heard about the product, haven't heard about the deal, but really appreciate everybody joining on.
A lot of questions, and I'm purposefully avoiding some of the product specific ones because you're going to be able to work that out with your coach. Everybody's scenario is going to be a little bit different, but we do have a lot of people saying, I work 2 different cities, 90 miles apart. Can I do both? So day one, it will be for one market, and it will be ideally your local market. But if you do want to send to that other market that you're not part of, you can do that also. You just have to let your rep know. We'll look at which markets we have available and if yours is available. So you will be able to do that day one. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, or as we started talking about some of the features here with local content, our ultimate goal is to make this as easy and to touch as many people in the most relevant way, in the best medium for them. So whether that's a text message, a magazine, piece of direct mail, it's an email, it's social media, whatever that is, we are committed to giving you those tools. So day one, it's going to be one market, but yes, we will be offering those features further down the road for this product. So I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of people are working multiple markets.
So what is Julie's question? Have we ever thought about sending social? Sorry, I'm having trouble reading it. Sending
Julie
social
said,
content.
have you considered sending us content that we could share on social media, even something we could regram? My clients love the magazine, but I'm hesitant to send so much email as my clients get so many daily emails.
Absolutely. So Julie, so if you log into your interface, there's something called social media shares there. It has a library of content. Go in there. It has all of the social media quick buttons. So you can share it across social media to your clients to regram it, as you would call it. And then obviously, you know, we're going to be moving to social media shares premium. So if you claim this deal, that content is going to be branded to you. So right now it's obviously branded to you when you share it, but when they leave, when they actually click the link on Facebook or, you know, on Pinterest or whatever, they then leave to the site with the recipe you shared or the article you shared, and it's not branded to you. But what's rolling out with social media shares premium is it will be branded to you. So just, you know, to clarify that for you. All right. It's crazy. There's so many questions. I love it. Thank you guys so much. You have no idea, obviously, what this means to us, all of you guys joining on, everybody who's claimed the deal. I know so many people have claimed it, and just the testimonials that are pouring in and the compliments.
I love Cyrell. He gave us his cell phone number. Call me.
Dude, I love that also. We won't read it online, but...
we mentioned before this will be recorded, so you will receive a recording of this. But again, the deal is from the webinar, so you have to get that today, the free month. A couple of people confused. It does include, yes, local content and digital edition, so it's the whole bundle. You'll get even if you're a current digital edition subscriber and you upgrade for $10 more, your next month of that bundle, that $49.99, will be free. Our Arinthra says, I am new to Reminder Media.
That's
I
the
feel
second
lucky.
time you butchered her name. It's so funny after.
I'm so sorry,
What's so
Arinthra.
great is that
My
you're
voice is
scrolling
going, my
through
eyes are
tons and
going.
tons. But think about this: you're scrolling through tons of comments, and you picked hers again. That's a second thing from her again. That's great.
Where do I sign up, Kristen? It is remindermedia.com.
You want to show that webpage again, Jesse?
/2020. It is up there on the screen at the bottom. Or Jesse's going to switch to this one. Remindermedia.com /2020.
Oh, update for
there.
you, Matt Elon is texting me. He signed up for the $30,000 a day coaching with me. So anybody who listened to that question, oh no, never mind. He said steep. It's steep. So I don't know.
Cindy, thank you. I love you guys. Half my marketing plan for 2020 includes Reminder Media. Lori says 16 years. Yes, we have been in business for 16
Is that crazy?
years.
Josh, actually, give you a fun fact, guys. Josh started in the garage. Reminder Media started out in a garage. Josh was one of the first employees. Were you the first?
I was
or technically the
employee
second?
number one.
Okay, employee number one.
Well, Steve, was.
Well,
was
I mean,
the owner,
yeah,
so
you
yes,
don't
employee
consider
number
it an
one.
employee.
You don't include
Yeah.
the founder.
But yeah, so 16 years, and it's just been an incredible ride. We've been so blessed. It's unbelievable.
It's been amazing.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up. Remember, this deal of 1 month free is only available for people who claim it while the webinar is live, and it's free, meaning I claim it, but it's $49.99 a month. I know you guys are gonna see value. It's 24 touch points you're adding, and then 12 with digital. So you add the magazine onto that, it's 42 in all. So 42 touch points for everybody in your database to create raving fans, get people to know, like, and trust you. They end up buying from you. And to do that, you got to send them relevant information. Any final words for you, Spock?
I am excited to
Notice
hear.
how I called him Spock, and I'm Captain Kirk.
What is that? Oh, Spock.
Yeah, Star
Is that
Trek.
Star Wars?
No, Star Trek, dude.
Um,
You don't know Star Trek? Oh man, Josh doesn't. Okay, we're
this is the kind of humor that you'll catch
on the
Stay
podcast.
Paid. No, we never
Star Trek.
go an hour and a half on the podcast.
Yeah, but
so
Star Trek, dude, is awesome. I think it's better than Star Wars.
I got the Star Trek. I was
Yeah.
trying to make a joke.
Okay, you were trying to make a joke.
No,
That's a dad joke there.
I cannot wait to hear your feedback. This is what I live for, this product stuff. I feel like this has kind of been our baby for the last 6 months, and we've been trying to birth this thing, get it ready for you guys. So please share your feedback.
Mhm.
You can always catch us via email at hello@remindermedia.com. Hit us up on social media with your feedback. You can DM Luke.
Mm-hmm.
He's Luke Acree on Instagram.
At Luke Acree. Yep.
You can reach me on Instagram. I'm at Josh Stike. You can find Reminder Media. Send us your feedback. We want to hear what you guys are asking for, because that's how we prioritize the features. If we don't know what you guys want, look at the stats that we pulled up earlier. 90% of people said that they wanted local content. 51% of people were already sharing local events with their clients, but they were pulling them themselves. So that's ultimately why we developed this product, to make it insanely easy for you. Takes less than 5 minutes to get that thing set up. And then your marketing, like Luke said, you've got 24 emails as part of your touch point marketing, plus the digital edition, there's another 12, plus the magazine. That's how we get to the 42 on that. So we'd love to hear your feedback. Make sure to take advantage of this deal.
Sherry said, I think I'm reading Sherry correctly. Thank you. #claimed. Claimed. #claimed. Hey guys, our slogan, you can't see it on the picture. Maybe you can if we step out of the way.
How do I claim? Sorry, I was late. Well,
well.
this last time, because I love this. Remindermedia.com/2020. It's a
That's
simple
awesome.
form. Fill that up. We'll actually put up a 15-minute timer after we end the webinar here.
You want to pull up the
for that
URL
page.
one more time so people can see the website one more time? It's super simple. You're just putting in your first name, last name, email address, and phone number, and then hitting claim deal. If you look at this picture behind us, you probably can't see it, but it says take action here. And, the Stay Paid podcast came out of the passion project of just how do we get people to take action on the tips that they hear? Because the number one failure we see is people just don't do. They don't take action. They hear good ideas. It sits on the pile of good ideas. They don't do the things that they know they need to do every single day, day in and day out. And we just wanted to encourage people through the podcast by interviewing, people who have been there, who've had rough journeys, who have made it through, that have given advice. But we close every podcast the same way, with an action item. And I try to close all of our webinars and everything we do with this statement, because it really has been the true statement that we've seen. I mentioned earlier, we work in over 160 different industries. And we see top producers in all these industries. We see mediocre producers. We see a ton of mediocre producers too. And the difference between them is that top producers, they take action. They literally wake up every day. They don't overthink things. They don't get paralysis by analysis. They go and they take action and they fail fast and they try the things that they know works and they run those plays. So I just encourage you guys, take action on touching base with your clients. It's all about relationships. If you build relationships this year in your business and you focus on giving value to the people in your community, things like this local content email, things like American Lifestyle Magazine, things like communications, coffees, you'll make a huge difference in your business, and all of a sudden your bank account's going to go up. I promise you that. So difference between a mediocre producer and top producers take action. Take action on that. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning into this webinar. From the State Paid Pals, we're out.
Thank you.
Love you guys.